Hello, collective. Welcome back to my channel. This is Divine Mystic Tarot. Back with another general reading, you all. Listen, I already pulled a few cards, so we're going to go ahead and get this message out real quick, fast, in a hurry. If the angels, say so. If the Most High God and the angels, spirit team allows it, okay? So, just to give you a heads up, don't feel like chivalry is dead. I feel that card did come out, but I'm also telling you there are some gentlemen in the world. There are some people, that do have some goodness about them, some manners, some morals, things like that. I'm also getting that whoever this is, they may be somebody new. They may be somebody, that has been in your life already, that has opened doors, pulled out chairs, um, just did a lot of nice, kind, courteous things towards you. You know what I'm saying? And for those of you that have not had that, it's coming. All right? It's not dead. People still hold doors open for, women. They still pull your chair out. They still, make sure that you seated first. Make sure that you straight. Make sure that you, have what you need. And they put you first. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it's, private, public, whatever. They put you first. All right? Priority. So, the first card that came out is can't sleep without having nightmares. Somebody can't sleep, man or woman. They can't sleep without having nightmares. Nine of Swords. I don't know if it's because they, are being reminded of some things, in their past, or they're going through a dark night of the soul that is giving them, different versions of themselves, at different times, that they had situations, that maybe played out, in a way that they made bad choices and they being reminded of that. But we're going to do some clarification. Next card. Your ex is paying people to watch you. Man or woman. They're paying people to watch you. It came out in reverse. Alright? It came out in reverse. So this could be something that has already transpired. You could already know about this. You may not know that they being paid to watch you, but you may know that they, there has been people that has had eyes on you, or this is an ex that your person is dealing with that may be paying people to watch you because of him or because of her. Okay? So don't put nothing past people that your past, lovers, have moved on to, that possibly, if this is a lover situation, and I'm getting it for some of you, it is. But, if they moved on to somebody else, or they had some other people they were involved with, or somebody else, that person could be paying people to watch you because of this person. And I don't, get that for some of you, it's an ex that, is still involved with somebody. I feel like it's somebody that they, if this is somebody, your ex is paying somebody to watch you, this may, like I said, for some of you or somebody in particular, you may already know about it. All right. I was going to use this deck, but I'm going to go with my old deck. All right. Because I feel like whoever this is, they, being shown some things, and it could be some people that is playing in this person's energy when it comes to you, that doesn't want to see this person move on, or they may not, be, you know what I'm saying? They ain't sure if this person gonna come back around to you. So they may be watching you to see if, this person goes back to somebody in their past. Maybe they have a history of going back to past people. All right. So for some reason they feel threatened. And I feel like it's got something to do with an ex that may not know what's going on with you, Two of Swords. Like they may not know exactly, like if you done moved on to somebody else, they may be walking away from somebody else finally, but they may not know what you got going on right now if there's no contact with this person. So like I said, they could be going through a dark night of the soul. You know what I'm saying? And they could be being shown and reminded and being haunted by some things that they maybe did not tell you and need to tell you, but you may already know and don't give a damn. Like I said, we're going to find out. Clarify, can't sleep without having nightmares. Who is this? Why are they having nightmares? What did I fucking say? Two a damn sword. Somebody, if this ain't a third party, this is definitely somebody that is at a crossroads right now. They at a crossroads, like they being curious, but they also don't know which direction they want to go in. It may be some information they feel like they ain't getting because whoever these watchful eyes is ain't telling the same story. Everybody got a different damn story, a different version of the story, or whatever it is they telling this person. All of it ain't something that they feel like is lining up, and they may be people that's just leading this person on to get money out of them, but they ain't telling them shit. They ain't telling them nothing facts. You probably don't even fuck with these people. These could be family. Two of Swords, Libra energy, and at the top of my makeshift deck over there, it's got Libra sitting right there on the fucking top. This Libra card sitting right on the damn top. Can't make it up. All right, but at the same time, somebody is possibly at a stalemate. They got some difficult choices they need to make. But it's like they may be feeling like they being blindsided by something they don't see. They need to take that leap of faith, you know what I'm saying, and just take their ass on. At the bottom of the deck you got the Nine of Pentacles, Virgo energy, with the Queen of Wands in reverse at the bottom of the deck. So for some of you it is a third party. There's possibly a Queen of Wands in reverse. It could be an Aries, Leo, Sag, dealing with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. That's sitting around, watching this person, envious, jealous of, probably, very vengeful. Somebody that is spiteful, that'll go out of their damn way to sabotage some shit. But whoever this person is, they haven't, they can't sleep without nightmares. Clarify this Two of Swords. What's that Two of Swords about? Got the Two of Pentacles. 222 could be of significant. 2022 could be of significance as well. You got the Judgment, the Justice at the bottom of the deck in Libra. Somebody juggling. They making a decision. And this could have been somebody that was juggling you, or they were, at the time, like trying to balance finances, maybe trying to figure out what direction to go in, when it came to, how they wanted to prioritize, or this is what they doing. Somebody is making a decision. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Somebody making a decision. They could have this in their chart, Libra. Or a Libra could be dealing with a earth sign. But it's like somebody is like prioritizing, they making a decision, but they feel like it's something that is being hidden. It's something that they not seeing, and it's some communication that ain't being had. So they feel like whoever this is, they feel like if somebody ain't communicating with them, then they must be have made a decision, or somebody know they need to make one. Because if they ain't heard from you, then they probably more than likely feel like you done moved on, or they feel like, they missing an opportunity, or somebody got you distracted to where, you not focused, on them. Like I said, you got the Justice at the bottom of the deck. But somebody, they could be taking some accountability now. They could be, balancing some things out, realizing why something is the way it is. You got the Five of Pentacles behind that and the Four of Swords. So somebody could have got, left out in the cold. Like I said, they could have been dealing with some financial issues where, they may have had some debt. They may have had to go, possibly live with someone, or in some type of situation where they feel, insecure. And they could be insecure about their finances as well, but yeah, somebody want to resolve some type of dispute or issue or something like that. Like somebody throat chakra activated right along with their goddamn heart chakra. What's this Two of Swords with the Two of Pentacles? Why can't they sleep without nightmares? Why can't they sleep? Because I feel like somebody got some unanswered questions that they having. Why can't they sleep without nightmares? What's got them where they can't sleep without nightmares? Let's Somebody getting some clarity. That's why. They getting some clarity. Like this is, yeah, you got the Five of Cups at the bottom of the deck now. Yeah, you got the Five of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, I mean the Seven of Pentacles, and the Ten of Swords. Yeah, this could be your Emperor. A baby dad or something like that. This could be a father figure. You don't have to have kids with this person. Or this is you and your, Emperor energy. Because somebody feels as though, like, they don't like how something ended, but I feel like it's got something to do, not only are they disappointed, but it's like somebody is watching, someone grow, build, and focus on something. Like I said, this person knows that when a cycle closed out with you and them, Ten of Swords, like you've been focused on work. Like they watching you. They could be watching you. Like I said, they paying somebody to watch you. Because I feel like if this is a third party situation, somebody watching them, and that person that's watching them is paying somebody to watch you. Because it's like somebody dealing with some type of disappointment or grief or something like that, especially when it comes to them, a relationship that may not have, they may not have liked. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, somebody didn't like how something ended. Somebody dealing with a loss. You know what I'm saying? So they may be watching, focusing, you know what I'm saying? Seeing you minding your damn business, staying on your grind. They see you still after, a long-term situation. They see you still planting seeds, to move forward and shit like that after in and out of cycle. Or this is something that this person, is blinded by, right now because you're not talking to them. But they receiving some clarity. Like somebody, this is just as it was at the bottom of the deck at first. But this Ace of Swords is also, truth that's being exposed. This is truth that's being, shown to somebody. It's being, communicated to them by way of the universe. But this is, justice. Like I said, at the bottom of the deck before I had the Justice card. All right. So at this point, it's like somebody getting a new opportunity, to make something right. And somebody having, a new opportunity, to repair something. But I feel like there's a third party that is tossing and turning behind this shit. And if it ain't a third party, it's somebody, your past person here that is dealing with, some possibly, like I said, a dark night of the soul, or they having some type of spiritual awakening. You know what I'm saying? But they being shown some clarity, or you was shown something. So they could be having nightmares about what it is that you done already been shown or got answers to. So I feel like somebody either played in a high priestess or empress face or something, or behind they fucking back. And I feel like the Most High done showed them, they spirit team done showed them, what something was because they asked. What's this Ace of Swords with the Two of Swords? Clarify the Ace of Swords with the Two of Swords. And so far you got air energy out here. You got the Three of Wands. Aries, Leo, Sage, Nine of Swords at the bottom of the deck. I can't make it up. I'm telling you, somebody is having some damn nightmares. You got the Nine of Swords at the bottom of the deck. I said that when I was telling you in the beginning of the read, before I pulled any tarot. Somebody in their head about some things that was not said, some things that was said, some things that was not, made clear, some things that, may have cut somebody to their core. But somebody was a lesson learned. Like you learned a lesson from somebody. You know what I'm saying? Somebody was a lesson to you. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Somebody was a lesson to you. Or you were a lesson. Either way, there was a lesson learned. on your behalf and your past person. They learned a lesson from you, and you learned a lesson from them. And what good is a connection with somebody, especially if it's your counterpart, if y'all not learning from each other, especially each other's mistakes? Okay? Because somebody is, moving forward with some plans. This is like somebody actually, taking action, moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Like they ready to expand, they're ready to grow, they're ready to apply some of them things that they've learned now, to whatever it is that they moving forward with. But this is, them two of pentacles, finding that direction, finding that balance, learning how to balance out their energy, knowing what to give to and what not to give to. Somebody didn't know, about all that at one time. You got the Nine of Swords at the bottom of the deck with the Four Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. And somebody having some nightmares and shit because they wondering if you done got with someone, if you married now, you know what I'm saying? If y'all engaged at least, especially if they, made you feel as though they didn't want something with you or something like that, or, like something was for nothing, like something was not for nothing is what I'm hearing. Your ex is paying people to watch you. Ten of Cups. With the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. I'm telling you, I'm talking to a High Priestess, an Empress, a Divine Feminine. Like, you already know, like, something is not going to be hidden from you because somebody, is indecisive or stuck in, what I'm saying, in a cycle or something like that, or trying to hide something, or trying to, keep one situation silent till they resolve it while keeping another one going. Ain't gonna be none of that with no High Priestess. Like, somebody knows you see something now, or you see something now. And you all, like I said, you already know who this is. They could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius that knows what a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio is doing. Like, you may know somebody paying somebody to watch you. And they may know that you know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if this is... You have the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck with the Strength and the Wheel of Fortune. Somebody paying somebody to watch you. They paying somebody to watch you. They may have been doing that in the past or trying to hide that they doing that. But I feel like as a High Priestess, you already know. They could be telling them, that you already, at your final destination, you already happy. You right where where you are. You happy where you are. There's, you already at your, you know what I'm saying, your new beginning. You already in it. Clarify this Ten of Cups. Now you got the Eight of Swords. I don't know if this person locked up and they paying somebody to watch you. And you got the Tower at the bottom of the deck. Somebody a prisoner in their own damn mind. Like, somebody, could be, what I'm saying, like locked away, or they could be, just in a mental prison right now, especially when it comes to you having them blocked. Eight of Swords, like somebody's blocked, like there's no communication. Somebody may feel like they stuck, you know what I'm saying, with they back against the wall, like they could feel like they in a corner now, like they really may not trust the people they paying to watch you. But they, right now, they stuck. Like, they could be stuck in a cycle, or they just stuck in their head, with a lot of negative thoughts that they keep having a lot of nightmares about. How you make it up? You got the damn Tower at the bottom of the deck with the Empress right behind it. The Divine Feminine right behind it. I'm telling you now. That shit crazy. Because somebody is blocked. I don't know if the universe got this person blocked, or you got this person blocked, or both. but it's no communication. So it's like somebody could be trapped in their head, with a lot of negative memories and stuff about if they do come towards you, what might happen or what they may discover or something like that. Why the Eight of Swords? Why the Eight of Swords? You got more air out here than any other sign. Why the Eight of Swords? What's going on with that Eight of Swords? Tell me something about that Eight of Swords. Five of Swords. With the moon at the bottom of the deck. Somebody creating illusions. Or somebody is, dealing with some type of intuition block or something like that. Like, I don't know if they stuck or somebody like trying to manipulate their intuition, like making them doubt it or something like that, question it. Because somebody dealing with like, some type of anxiety when it comes to what they thinking. Like, how some people thoughts would make them react, but it ain't even going on. It's like somebody creating illusions, with this Five of Swords I hear Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. But it's like somebody is thinking that they're going to probably be met with some type of conflict or some type of battle, or there's some intimidation here that somebody feel. Somebody intimidated by somebody. And if it ain't that shit, they definitely feel like they, got to compete. If this person made you feel as though, or they made the collective feel as though they had to compete for them, now this person in that situation now. That's what I'm getting. Like, if that person at one time made you feel like it may have been somebody else they was involved with, interested in, and they may have been making more time for it. Like, now that person feel like that about you. What's the Five of Swords with the Eight of Swords? What's the Five of Swords with the Eight of Swords? Five of Cups. 555 could be of significance, angel number. Definitely look it up, but somebody could be born in 85, somebody could be 58 as well, could be 55. But somebody is, dealing with the fact that they dealing with this loss, some grief, some disappointment. Like I don't know if they feel like they disappointed you and things had to end or cause a separation or something like that. Like, somebody feel as though like, and like I said, the Justice card was at the bottom of the deck. Like, they could be feeling like, they taking accountability now, when it comes to them looking at how cause and effect work. And whatever may have caused this separation that make them have to do what they doing, they wouldn't have to do this way. They wouldn't have to pay somebody this way if somebody was genuinely fucking with them for real. Like, if you and this person, this ex, parted on good terms, this person would need to do this shit here. But if this is your past person that you cut off, that you walked away from, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Aries, Leo, Sag, if you cut off somebody, they doing this the way they doing this because of how things are between you and them. It's giving me that situation, like when I say, if somebody asks me about another person that I know, me and the person asking me about, let's say somebody asking me about the collective, and I know the person asking me about the collective knows the collective too. They, from my knowledge, they done talked to the collective before. They cool, supposed to be with the collective. But why you asking me when I ain't around the collective about what the collective been up to? Why can't you ask the collective that? Why you need to hear that from me? Why you trying to get them answers from me about them when I'm the only one here? I can, you know what I'm saying? Now, the average motherfucker may not look at that like that. They might just go on and answer that shit, think nothing of it. But me, you know what I'm saying, that don't think one way, and I'm not a one-sided, one-minded, you know what I'm saying? Our brain is round, it ain't half. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole damn brain, so you got to think about the whole damn scenario all around. You can't just think about something one-sided. Your brain ain't even one-sided unless you done had a stroke or something. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? So if somebody asks me about another person, that means you ain't talked to that person. Why haven't you been talking to that person? That's what the questions I'm asking. Because I'm not at liberty to answer somebody else's about somebody else's situation no more than I want them answering about me. That's the kind of motherfucker I am. I don't ask other people about other folks. I'd rather ask them. But if I know I can't ask them, there's a reason for that. You get what I'm saying? And that's how most people is. Even if you ask their friends about, even if somebody asks, the people they paying, you may not even talk to these folks. You know what I'm saying? You may not cut off a lot of communication with people. So they may be asking people to watch you that you don't know, or people you don't even talk to or fuck with. They don't come around you. They don't even, you know what I'm saying, have any contact with you. So they can just tell this person anything and they can't even fact check it. But with this Five of Cups out here, it's giving like somebody dealing with a loss and disappointment. But this is also, them in some type of despair to have to do this. So whether your past person is dealing with a loss between you and them, or somebody they in some type of connection with is dealing with some type of loss because your past person done walked away from them, and they feel in some type of way that now that something ended between them and your past person. So take it how it resonate. If this ain't your ex that's doing this, this is your ex and anybody else that have moved on to that they've been still having some type of involvement with, contact with, conversing with, answering their texts and stuff, and knowing you don't really want nothing with them. Them people, you know what I'm saying, don't take too kindly to folks blowing them off just because you got the decision that you want to get back with another person. No, that person ain't gonna stop playing and being available to you because of the low down shit that you did with this person at a time when you really cared about somebody else. They ain't gonna. That's what I be saying about folks that move on or break up, and y'all might possibly work something out, or at some point you're gonna want to work something out and get back with them. Don't go, you know what I'm saying, hanging your Johnson, you know what I'm saying, on in everybody's, you know what I'm saying, coat rack. Don't go, plugging everything, you know what I'm saying, you see got a hole in it, because at the end of the day, that person, them people that you're dealing with may not want to just walk away when you decide you don't want to do that no more. Some people can't even walk away with their life because they're going back to somebody from their past that somebody they was dealing with never wanted to even see happen. They wanted you to believe, you had them believing that they was the best thing going since sliced bread, like ain't nothing been better than them. And you played over that person for me. How dare you leave me? Yeah. So at this point, it's like somebody is blocked, and they feel stuck, right now, or they playing victim. So whoever they paying somebody to watch you for or over, it may be on some false pretenses. Like they could be telling them, they got them watching you for some bogus ass shit. You know what I'm saying? That they telling this person you did to them, or that you caused them. Like if they telling these people, look, this person caused my relationship to end. They caused me not to get my 10 of cups. They caused me, my marriage or something like that was already ending and on the rocks and waiting, you know what I'm saying, to be washed back out to the sea. You get what I'm saying? So this is what somebody dealing with, on their behalf now. Like I said, that third party could be paying somebody to watch you, but that's because this person is possibly walking away from them or being distant with them. And they may be having some type of conflict. They may be arguing back and forth. They may be, you know what I'm saying, put you in some type of low-key competition with somebody else that don't even fucking know you, but they don't like the fact that that person might come back to you, though. Because they really deep down probably don't feel like this person is over you. With this Five of Cups out here. Why is the Five of Cups out here? Because now you got water out here. Now you got all the signs out here, but you got more air than anything. So somebody either got fire in their chart or earth in their chart. And y'all, you're probably dealing with a water sign, air sign. Why is that Five of Cups out here? But chivalry ain't dead, baby. You can believe that. Clarify the Five of Cups. Why is that Five of Cups out here? Got the Six of Pentacles with the Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck now. So somebody ready to be vulnerable. Somebody, ready to, express, their feelings, or they being mature about a situation now where they feel like they can move forward, or they feel as though like they want to give, some type of equal give and take, or somebody know you to be somebody that's very generous, very kind. And so it's like somebody feels as though them losing that is, they that disappointment of like me finding somebody that is a very giving person, but somebody wants to come in and give you this equal give and take. And it's like somebody walking away from another person to do it. Is what I'm telling you. That's for somebody, not everybody. You know what I'm saying? But somebody wants to come in and yeah. And even if a past person is paying somebody to watch you, they see that you financially stable. You know what I'm saying? Like you stable all on your own. You could, be a very charitable person. You could like to volunteer, to help people do things. You may just volunteer and do things for people that you don't even know, things like that. But you're a very giving person. You know what I'm saying? But it also, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, somebody want to come in and give somebody some equal give and take. But it's given like somebody, feels like they messed up with something with somebody that they felt like that was very giving to them, or they were very giving to you. Because with this Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck and this Four of Pentacles, like somebody want to come in and like they got some new ideas. You could be working on something new right now. You know what I'm saying? Somebody watching you work. I don't know why I'm hearing that song. Whistle while you twerk. Go ahead, start it. So, yeah, somebody might like twerking. Somebody might like the Yin Yang Twins. I'll be listening to them. But yeah, like somebody, got a creative future. You know what I'm saying? Planned out that they've been thinking of. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Somebody got a creative future that they've been, keeping to themselves. Of how like they've seen things with you. It's like somebody might want to come in. They could be young at heart, They may be a little shy, or, feeling a little intimidated, or this is somebody that at one time imagined, sharing things with you, but you could be working on some bright ideas, some new things, or this is something this person is keeping close to their chest. That they, what I'm saying, why they got somebody watching you or why they were doing this is like something they keeping, to themselves, but they working on something. Yeah. And they could have been stubborn at one time, you know what I'm saying, one-sided. They could have breadcrumbed you in the past, and been very deceptive. Clarify chivalry isn't dead. It's not dead. Got the High Priestess. Give me some more on this. Chivalry is not dead. Who need to know this? Who need to know this chivalry is not dead? Clarify chivalry is not dead. Who needs to know this? You got the Ace of Wands and you got the Eight of Wands that came out. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You're probably possibly dealing with like a fire sign. Somebody is like getting some type of new opportunity, a passion, a new beginning. And it's coming in fast. It's coming in fast for somebody here. Possibly a fire sign, but you might, this may have been with a Pisces, or this could be, what I'm saying, something dealing with a Pisces with this High Priestess idea. You got the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck in reverse, with the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So somebody is like, they think for themselves, and I feel like somebody at one time, is a free thinker. You know what I'm saying? They may have had a lot of personal beliefs and stuff like that, outdated beliefs and things that they may not have, thought thoroughly through, at the time when they were moving and shaking and stuff like that. But somebody was more or less, just now it's like somebody got a new approach that they, having to change something up in order to make something right. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they made Four Pentacles. They may have been one-sided, stubborn, thinking one way about a situation and thinking that, them holding back and making you prove yourself to them, or, them feeling like, they needed more information in order to make a decision, or needed to see you, test the waters and see, how you respond when you can fuck around and lose somebody for real doing that. But that's something that's harder to come back from than somebody, intentionally doing something to get an answer instead of just telling somebody what your concerns is. Somebody had some insecurities. Like, just say they had some trust issues. Maybe they had some personal, issues, with how they look. Maybe they, didn't maybe think you thought they was handsome or beautiful or something like that. That's something they have to work out, for themselves in order for them to accept that you saw them the way you saw them and still do, or that had nothing to do with it at all. At this point, it's like somebody, lost that, what I'm saying, feel for, like, if that was something that even still exists when it comes to chivalry. But there's a new opportunity coming in, a passionate one, with this Ace of Wands. And this could have been somebody, that is a past person that you had like a false start with. You know what I'm saying? A lot of passion may have been between you and this person, may still be. But, they making some big changes. Some big changes is coming in with this Eight of Wands. That's, and they could be traveling towards you, or this could be messages, you know what I'm saying? This could be actions, that is coming in fast. Like, this could be downloads and things like that. But they getting it now. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody getting clarity, but they also gaining, something new, like gifts is being activated now for this person because or for you, because you seeing, something differently now, and you not afraid of your intuition and you know what I'm saying, dumbing yourself down because somebody don't want you to pick up on what they putting down. But the difference is, if they wouldn't putting something down and lying about it, you wouldn't have to pick it up. And if they were, a woman or man about something, they would have just told you what they had going on and let the situation go wherever it's going to go, instead of, being caught up in a cycle where they got to pay somebody to watch another person. Clarify this High Priestess. You got the Seven of Wands. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. When it comes to somebody that is got their guard up, it's like you're going to have to know when, fire sign, to let something down, because there's a Knight of Pentacles coming in with some consistency. Possibly your fucking Emperor, because right behind this this Knight of Pentacles is the Emperor. So whoever this is, they coming in to be consistent. Like, this is something that's not going to just, or something is not just for the moment, or I'm hearing that verse by Tony Braxton in Love Should Have Brought You Home last night. Yeah. Somebody coming in with some consistency. It could be older than you, but young at heart. You know what I'm saying? They could have been immature in the past, but somebody that see you as somebody very defensive. Or this is somebody that knows, that they're going to have to stand their ground, when it comes to them being right. They, know they're going to have to be very watchful, but they're going to also, have to, or because I feel like somebody's very guarded. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody's very defensive. And it may be because you had to, what I'm saying, fight battles in the spirit realm, when it came to different energies, when it came to connections, because of things that people that these individuals may have been involved with, because there's a lot of energy. You know what I'm saying? When you land with different people, you know what I'm saying? When you hitting and People got a lot of bodies on them and shit like that. Like that's a lot of different energy they mixing into and bringing back to you when they know where their heart lies. You know what I'm saying? But never knowing where they're gonna end up at after doing all that. But that's a lot of energy they gotta clear out of their goddamn energy too before they even come back around to you. So they're gonna have to learn how to cleanse and protect themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because they done got attached and got involved, with a lot of different, people or somebody in particular that is not protected, but they also, got a lot of negative, things going on that is very toxic around them and in the environment. So as long as this person is dealing with some things they can't take responsibility for, it leaves them open to, aligning themselves with people that got stuff to hide and shit. And this is something that will make you, feel like you going in a loop dealing with people that ain't truthful. People that ain't, you know what I'm saying, friends, real friends. And that's because it's some things you need to accept about them when it comes to you finding your way back to them all the time. If this person finding their way back toward past people, and these past people ain't working on themselves, then they definitely gonna feel like they going coming back around to you is just gonna put them on a roller coaster. That's because they need to work on them and why they, you know, allow themselves to go back to somebody from their past if they haven't changed. And if they continue to feel like, they're going to keep being the same way they was when y'all walked away from each other the last time. Because after a while, at this point, it's like somebody walked away for good. What's the outcome in this situation? You got the moon. What's the outcome in this situation with the moon moving forward for my collective? What's the outcome in this situation moving forward for my collective with the moon out here? What's the outcome overall moving forward? You got the Ace of Pentacles with the Two of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So somebody ready to take a leap of faith, possibly with a Queen of Pentacles. Like somebody know what they're going to be faced with the Chariot, but they going to still move forward. You may have decided you're going to keep moving forward. Yeah, especially if somebody feel like Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, if somebody feel like coming back around, they're going to have to deal with the fact that they were being dishonest about some things. Maybe they were not very open with you and stuff like that, like didn't give you the benefit of the doubt, you know what I'm saying? Or they, had some underlying issues that was going on with them, especially, with some tricks of spirit of a person they were dealing with. That's what I'm getting. Let me see what else come out this makeshift deck. But I feel like, they I feel like they, looking at the fact that they possibly dealing with, the op. Like I said, you got Libra at the top of the deck. Got Boys to Me at the end of the road. Somebody could be from Tennessee, Nashville, Cashville, Tennessee. Somebody could be from Memphis. Anything else on this message? Someone could be healing emotional wounds at this time. Man or woman, whether this is you collective or your past person, it could be healing emotional wounds right now, like past, relationship issues, maybe they got mixed emotions from, seeing certain things over time, in their family, situations and, personal things that may have been going on with them, when it came to how they express themselves, where they got these beliefs from, as to how they decide they're going to react to them and handle them. They having to go back and rethink all that because they may have been, handling people or somebody in a way that they didn't deserve because of some of the things that they done been exposed to, seen, and stuff like that when, that was something was unnecessary. Anything else? Like somebody may have sabotaged this connection because they had some things that they still, hadn't gotten over and still, gotta a bitter attitude, about a bitter mindset about, you know what I'm saying, that makes them respond to things going on in their life differently. Next card, pretending not to know why they're blocked and being ignored at this time. See what I'm saying? Like there's a past person that may be dealing with a ex, somebody, a ex now that they walking away from, somebody that they walking away from. They could be paying people to watch you because of this person, you know what I'm saying, that was pretending with them. Like somebody was pretending like acting like they don't know why they blocked. So if your past person been paying people to watch you and they telling them, because like I said, they telling somebody something, you know, in a way, or somebody telling somebody something in a way to where the people that's watching you is thinking you did something wrong, when it's really the fact that this person is lying about why they got somebody watching you, because they don't want to accept the fact that they being ignored on purpose at this time. Like somebody is intentionally not responding to them. Got their ass on red, not talking to them, not answering their texts back and shit. So whether this is your past person, pretending, or somebody they walking away from pretending why this person walked away from them, like they don't want to tell somebody that's they paying to watch you, or they wasn't being, honest about why they paying somebody to watch you. And it's really because this person, they know why. They know why they, having to pay somebody to watch you, but they pretending, to not know why they being blocked. It's like telling somebody, or even if they telling their family, look, I don't know why that person blocked me. They know. They know if they, if you unblocked them and they, haven't talked to you and you hadn't, let's just say you unblocked somebody. You may have unblocked them last year sometime, 2 months ago, 2 hours ago. If somebody bring you up or ask them about reaching out to you, they're gonna say that you blocked them, but they not telling them, you know what I'm saying, why they blocked, you know what I'm saying, and being ignored if they do or have tried to text you or call you and you haven't responded, or if you unblocked them and they reached out, you know what I'm saying, you accepted their friend request or something, but you hadn't said nothing to them. And they haven't said anything to you. It's like that. It's like somebody, you know what I'm saying, lied about how, why they going through what they going through, like it's somebody else's fault, or like somebody did something to them. Anything else? Give me one more to close out. Anything else my collective needs to know on this message? Yeah. This is a card that wanted to come out, but I'm not going to keep it. But I'll tell you what it says. All right. The truth about my choice over you is playing out in this connection. That's the card that wanted to come out, but like I said, I'm not going to keep it. So like I said, whatever it is that y'all went through in this connection that had to end, for you to close out this cycle, for it to end, for something new to begin, whether it's with this person learning their lesson, with whoever they chose over you, or them having to learn a lesson, like I said, from this person when it came to your intuition and theirs. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like somebody, played their damn self because they wasn't paying all that much attention like they should have been, or the way they, was thinking that they were, because somebody didn't see this shit coming. It was easier to leave than it is for somebody to come back around now. Like somebody made it easy to be left, you know what I'm saying? For you to leave them alone, it was easy. But for them to come back around to you, if they want you back, it's hard. If a past person, ex, want them back, they ain't gonna be able to use what they used to use to get that person. Now, that person already hip to the fact that they don't even want this person no more. This third party. They don't even want them no more. But it's like they treating this third party the way this third party, had them treating you. They allow this person, you know what I'm saying, to look at you. This is somebody that felt like it was love at first sight, or this is that person that you felt like it was love at first sight with. That's how you'll know if this is your person. This is a person that you had a false start with. You know what I'm saying? They could have been your person, but they willing to take a leap of faith now. You know what I'm saying? Like they ready to, you know what I'm saying? Let go of trying to control the outcome to something and quit trying to, you know, do certain things to make something go in a direction or to try to see if they do this, how it's going, how you respond to it. That'll help them make that. No, because I feel like somebody played a lot of mind games too. Let's get some out of this deck. On how they really, you know, what's the hidden truth. Because I feel like somebody, you know, now don't want, whoever this is, they was somebody that was love at first sight. What's the hidden truth in this reading for my collective? My life is not as together as it seems. Bottom of the deck, I'm becoming a better person. Anything else on this hidden truth? I'm not available. I buried myself in the work to forget about you, to forget you. But it's in reverse. So in the past, or this is, like I said, this is something that this person keeping close to their chest. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody, you know, may have at one time, you know, they may have been, you know, trying to in the past keep you, you know, off their mind by working harder and shit like that. But I look for you everywhere. It's right behind it. Give me one more on this hidden truth. Damn, I got two. Next card, I don't react when people mention you. What I said. Like this person don't want to give off that impression that, you know, you not being around bothers them. Whether that past person, whoever they got involved with, if somebody bring you up, mention you, they try not to have no reaction to it, or your past person tries not to have no reaction when your name come up, or when, you know, they get to asking them about, you know, that moment. You know what I'm saying? That connection. Next card, you and I were too young, came out in reverse. All right. You and I were too young. So at the bottom of the deck, you got, I will wait for a sign from you. So whoever this is with this, you and I were too young, by being in reverse, is giving like, you know, this person may feel like, you know, you and them may not have been, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Especially if this is somebody that you've been, you know, off and on with for a while, or been with for a while, or something like that. Like, they may feel like, you know, they still had, you know, a lot of time, you know, to explore and move around and stuff like that. Or they, you know what I'm saying, kind of in resentment over that. Because I feel like, you know, with that, you and I were too young. Like, this could be an older person, but I feel like now, you know, it could be the fact that this person, you know, feel like, you know, that's something they didn't want to, you know how some people want to say something, but they don't want you to feel bad because they, you know what I'm saying, went along with it too. It's like if you knew, it's like somebody underage. Like if you knew that person underage, why did you proceed to go any further with them, to get involved if you already knew they was, too young for you or whatever. And it's like that. It's like somebody knows that, at some point it finally hit them, even if they didn't tell you, even if they don't mention it to you. Like somebody is looking at the fact that they feel like, that was something that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, especially somebody felt as though whoever they were involved with was somebody they went back and forth with. Yeah. I'm also hearing somebody saying, me and you both, like, we too old for that. Because I feel like somebody did, feel as though, like, somebody they may have went back and forth with. I don't know if it's a baby mom or something like that. Or somebody, that they were a step parent to. But it's like somebody may have had, like, a long history together. You know what I'm saying? And they may have felt like, they owed it to each other to, you know, um, he would say older to each other, but they may have felt like, that was the only reason for like still going back and forth, getting involved with each other. It's because, they started out real young, like getting involved, messing around with each other and stuff like that. But over time, some people grow apart and they grow up and they kind of, grow apart. And they're not that same person anymore. You know what I'm saying? And they don't want the same things they wanted, when that first happened. Yeah, but like I said, at the bottom of the deck, this person is saying they'll wait for a sign from you. And somebody saying that you don't know how hard it was to let you go. I'm starting to understand our connection. It's all at the bottom of the deck. I will wait for a sign from you. Shit, if they're waiting on the sign from you, they're going to have to wait on God. Because if God don't do it, if the Most High God don't do it, it just won't get done. I'm saying you have not because they ask not, but a sign, from the collective means you wait on the sign from the collective shit. Somebody intimidated, they scared as hell, to make that wrong decision, and you probably don't want nothing with them no more, or you not available to them anymore. And you could be saying I'm not available. You know what I'm saying? So, or they telling, this, past person, whoever it is that's watching them, you know what I'm saying, watching you because of them, somebody's not available to another person. I don't know. I feel like it's my collective saying they're not available. I'm not interested. I'm not, you know what I'm saying, going that route. Or this is somebody, from your past is telling somebody they walked away from like they not available. They hearing that, you know. But I feel like whatever went around is coming back around to somebody. Like if they threw themselves into work and they got involved with somebody else or something like that, didn't tell you nothing, or they, ignored it or blew it off or just, lied altogether, was dishonest. Like somebody feel like that's what's going on with you now. Y'all ain't even together. They just feel like it's some, hidden truth somewhere, some answers, some communication that is not being had, and it's like somebody trapped in their head. You know what I'm saying? With a lot of different thoughts of why you could not be talking to them, or why you got them blocked, or why you not responding to, nothing they do. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to end it here, collective. You guys, make sure you do something nice for someone today. Even if you don't know them, make sure you hit that like, that subscribe button on your way out, collective. And as always, those of you that genuinely love me, know that Divine Eye Mystic Tarot over here loves you too. All right? Mwah. Bye.